Hey YouTube, I want to put a quick video out real quick that is something that I've been pretty quiet about, kept to myself about, but I want to share it with you. I want to be able to hopefully help you out as well as myself. I want to talk about prepping today. I want to talk about what prepping is and how you can do it. Several years ago, I was watching that famous Doomsday Preppers, and it was awesome. It looked like a great thing to do. It looked like these people knew what they were doing. But as time went on, the more I watched, the more I realized how big of idiots these people really are. I mean, these guys are complete morons. They're telling everything they've got. They're showing everything they've got. They're they're idiots. That is not real prepping. That is not real survival. That is not real skills that you are going to need. Now, some of it is, but who has the millions of dollars to go buy all these things that these people have? Um, I started prepping several years ago, but after being overwhelmed with it, I kind of gave up on it. I really wanted to do it, but I never really kept at it. And it wasn't until we had the derecho, real bad windstorm several summers ago, that knocked our power out for 2 weeks, and then ended up putting a tree through the house. So that kind of sucked. Um, but we kind of had a hard time. Things were difficult. There at the beginning it was good eating. All the stuff in the freezer had to be eaten up, but then afterwards it was rough. And I promised myself that when everything got back to normal, I was going to get back at it. I was going to make sure that um, I put my game on and got it done. Well, um, as time goes on, after everything is over and everybody's back at it, I start prepping. And every time we go to the grocery store, I get a few things and put it back in the back room just to have on hand. And I did this for quite some time. And it wasn't too awful long until the ambulance service that I was working for went out of business, shut down, and I didn't have a job. And I was the only one working, and that sucked. And so I was lucky that I did have some of the preps that I have been putting back, because that really saved us. I mean, you hear about all these people on the Doomsday Preppers when they talk about some kind of EMP coming to be blown up in the atmosphere, some kind of a volcano asteroid coming to come smash into the ground. That stuff, that probably ain't going to happen. It could, I guess, but theoretically, the big picture is you don't want to be caught in a situation with your hands out asking for help, because ain't nobody going to help you. Ain't nobody going to be there to help you. So what my goal is to help myself get back on track, because after I ate up a lot of the food and drank up a lot of the water, um, I kind of put that on the back burner. It just kind of burnt me out. I spent all that time and all that money and trying to get things built up, and then it was gone. And then I was just like, well, I just don't even want to get back to it. But I really been thinking a lot about it and seeing the things that's going on in this world. Um, it's time for me to get back going. It's time for me to start building my supplies back up, start back at it. And the reason my channel is called the Project Prepper is because this is a project for me and for you. What I'm going to do each week is I'm going to take $10 each week, and I am going to go to the store. And the first week, I'm going to go get a few supplies like I did today. I decided to start refilling my medical bag for $10. Um, and then the next week, I'm going to take and go buy food, different canned food, water, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to post a video of the things that I bought and show you what $10 can do to help better prepare yourself for the time of need. Um, I decided to start with my medical bag today because I'm always getting in it. This here is my medical bag, and it's stock full of stuff. I think it's down there. And I noticed that some of my stuff was running low, so that's where I started. And for $10, I went to Walmart. All right, and Walmart does try to rip you off. That bag came from Walmart, and it had a bunch of junk in it. Don't try not to buy pre-made crap, because that's what it is. It's pre-made crap. All the stuff is in it is cheap, and it's no good. So basically what I did was bought the bag, bought different things just for the bag. Bought, with that kind of stuff, because the stuff they put in it is cheap, and it's not worth anything. And then you get a bag of stuff that you don't even know how to use, and that's not going to help you nor anybody else. So I went to Walmart and checked around a few things and noticed that they had some pretty cool Survivor stuff. They had some pretty cool tactical gear and that kind of stupid crap. And it was, pretty expensive. One of the things was like it's $10 for a little container of Survivor gear. So then I said, well, you know what? I'm going to go to the dollar store and see how far I can stretch my $10. And that is exactly what I'm going to show you, so that you can watch this video. You can say, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm going to go to the dollar store tomorrow, and I'm going to buy a few things that I showed you. It don't have to be the same exact thing. It can be, whatever. You can replace a few things that I have here for something that you think that you may use more. The first thing that I bought was waterproof tape. That thing, I go through a lot of tape. The second thing is Neosporin. Then I bought some fast itch and rash relief, just because my kids have been through the whole hand, foot, mouth thing for a while, so I figured that would probably be a good idea. The fourth thing I bought was just a roll of gauze. So there. Then I thought, well, while I'm at it, I might as well buy some panty liners. Yeah, 40 of these bad boys. And when you got a real bad cut, you just rip one of these babies open, and this takes the place of this, because this is super absorbent, whereas this just covers it up. Okay. Then I bought some Tylenol, 40 pills in there. And then I also bought these little containers here. They came together like this, and like this, and they come apart, and then they latch, close down real good. This one is packed full of Band-Aids. I got all different types and sizes and all kinds of good stuff in that. And the final is to prove to you all this stuff. Got the receipt. Bam. $8.27. I spent all this stuff for $8.27. Now, there is no way that you can sit back and say, well, I don't really want to prep because I don't know how. Well, now I'm showing you how. Each week I'm going to go out every Friday. I'm going to go out and buy some supplies, $10 worth, and I'm going to come back and do a little review, show you what I got, so that you can go back to the store and pick some up yourself. Then Monday, Tuesday, sometime during the week, I'm going to go to the grocery store, and I'm going to stretch $10 at the grocery store, buy some food, canned food, and gallon water jugs, because if you're anything like my wife decides to walk back into my stash and start pulling out my emergency bottled water and drinking it instead of getting one out of the spigot, if the kids do the same thing, that happens to go by pretty quick. So if you buy gallons, they're not going to mess with it because it's too much work. So each week I'm going to go do this. And what I want you to do, if you thought that this video was helpful, or if you think that this is something that would benefit you, I would like for you to like the video, leave a comment, tell me what you think. And like I said, I'm not a know-it-all. I've been prepping for about 4 or 5 years, doing a lot of research and a lot of studying and a lot of skills and brushing up on a few things that I'm going to be covering in these videos. Sometime during the middle of the week, I will talk about certain skills that's going to be needed, certain things that you're going to need to be able to do in order to survive and thrive. All right. So, like I said, if you like this video, give me a like button. If you thought it was helpful, if you thought that it would be something that you would want to do, go ahead, subscribe, leave a comment. Thanks for watching.